AITA for not paying for my daughter's wedding after she went no contact with me. I paid college tuition for all three of my kids 27F, 29F, 32 meters, because I have the money and I wanted to. My older two studied computer science while my youngest one decided to study fashion design. I wasn't really supportive about the fashion design degree at first and tried to warn my daughter that the job prospects for it wouldn't be that great, but she was insistent that that was what she wanted to study, so I paid approximately $60K for her to get her degree. However, afterwards she struggled finding a job in her field and the ones she did find didn't pay well, so she came back to me and asked me to help her get another degree. I told her I could help her take out a loan, but I wasn't paying and it caused a lot of problems between us and she went no contact. She ended up going to community college part-time while working as a server with the help of her boyfriend. I helped my older two pay for their weddings and my youngest daughter recently got engaged. She started talking to me and her mom again and we were excited about the wedding. However, she started planning for things way out of her budget that her older sister/brother were able to have at their weddings. Her mom and I were worried that this wedding would not be good for her financially and decided to talk to her about it. My younger daughter told us she thought we would pay for most of it and was planning on having a high-end wedding close to what my elder two had. My wife and I told her we were not going to drop $30K to pay for her wedding after she went years of no contact with us. Furthermore, my elder two paid for most of their own wedding. We just pitched in about $5K for each of them. They both make good money, well into the six-figure range. My younger one got super angry with us and complained how it wasn't fair that her siblings got better things than she did and said we were playing favorites. AITA for not paying for her wedding? NTA, I think your daughter actually majored in entitlement in college. Too bad she can't get paid for that. She's a pro. You basically set $60K on fire and she wants more. That's just incredible. I'm wondering how hard she tried to get a job in the industry. Because the fashion industry is vast and it takes a long way to work your up, but it is possible to make a decent living in many ways. I'm guessing she couldn't get the type of job she wanted and looked at no alternatives in the industry. NTA, you are being totally fair. Give her the $5K or whatever you spent on the other kids, and don't lose any sleep over it. If you do more than that, then you are not being fair to the older kids. Unfortunately, it sounds like she may have only tried to mend things so you would foot the bill for her wedding. Skeptical NTA. NTA, sounds like she only initiated contact due to wanting dollar for wedding. I'd contribute the same $5,000 so that you continue to treat them equally. If the youngest can't deal with that, her problem. She sounds a bit self-entitled. Keep doing what you are doing, Dad. I called someone a dumbass for taking surf lessons, when he can't swim. I teach surf lessons, and we had a new set of people come in, and when we got in the water he starts freaking out, wailing and screaming and holding onto the board. I asked him what's wrong and he told me he can't swim. I thought this was some joke, so I said haha, very funny, now paddle, and again he's freaking out and just hanging onto the board, not swimming or anything. That's when I found out he can't swim, and he was serious. I drag him to shore and he asks if he can just lay on the board and I can just bring him over so he can wait for a wave. I was pissed at him wasting my time on this when I had a class to teach. Listen, dumbass, you need to know how to swim to go surfing, just like you need to know how to swim for water polo, scuba diving, and many other activities. If you really can't swim, then go away. I'm done wasting time here. He leaves and there was a massive argument that I can hear from the beach where he's yelling at our staff demanding a refund and other shit. He later writes really bad reviews about us on Yelp, saying very unprofessional, unwilling to assist me in learning how to surf, which our staff responded back with, so you didn't know how to swim, that's a prerequisite to surfing, something that should be self-evident. NTA, you'd also be amazed how many people try to scuba dive when they can't swim. Absolutely astounds me. It's the ocean. Scuba diving fairly safe, but being able to swim in the huge ocean where anything can happen is kind of basic. The lack of common sense on people, and this dude amazes me. Holy shit, that's even dumber than surfing without knowing how to swim. Someone that dumb wouldn't be able to get their PADI certification even if they did learn how to swim. No way they're going to be able to understand how the equipment works and not do something stupid like not slowly decompressing. Oh man, you'd be surprised what people don't understand as prerequisites when it comes to swimming. Was a swim teacher for a long time pre-pandemic. Once had a dad call to schedule a trial lesson, and when he came in he asked if we provide swimsuits. I had to reschedule him. NTA. This man could have gotten himself killed or someone else. It would have been incredibly dangerous to allow him to continue. His suggestions were dumb. It's pretty sad that one wouldn't assume you would need to know how to swim to go out into the ocean. That's how people drown. Also, he seemed to think that from the very start he'd just stay on the board. He hadn't for a second considered what would happen when, not if, when, he falls off it in the middle of a goddamn wave. I nearly drowned as a child because someone who couldn't swim was pushed into the pool I was in. She panicked and grabbed onto me, using me as a flotation device, and in the process nearly drowning me. I inhaled loads of water, and remember having the thought of shit, this is how I'm going to die. I had to grab onto her, and pull her down with me to get her to let go. I then full on kicked her in the face to get away. Honestly, it was the most frightening experience of my life. AITA for locking my roommate's girlfriend out of my room and bathroom. I 21M share an apartment with another guy, John, 22M. John started bringing his GF Macy around a couple months ago, which I didn't have no problem with. She'd just stay here couple nights a week. Problems started happening over a month ago. Macy came to my room once and asked if she could use my bathroom. Apartment has a bathroom in each individual room, because John's is a fucking mess. I've been in there before and I agree. He never cleans it, tub is stained and full of hairs, streaks of piss on the toilet seat, smells like shit, and looks as bad as men's restroom at a public park. Kinda wish I never let her. After that, whenever she was there she'd ask if she could use my bathroom or straight up go when I'm not there. How did I know? I started noticing toilet paper balled up in my trash bin. My ex used to do this too when she would change her tampon, so I knew right away. Then she would literally use my shower when I'm not there, because I also started seeing like these long ass hairs stuck on the shower tile. Not only that, I work night shifts, so until late afternoon I'm sleeping in my room. She would wake me up to ask if she could use the bathroom. After I started saying no, she just started sneaking in. I'm a heavy sleeper, but a couple times I did catch her and she apologized, but it's because she can't stand using John's bathroom. I'd tell her to tell him to clean it then and problem solved, but she says he promises he will then never does. I'm already irritated with this and don't want her continuing going in my bathroom. So I went and got a lock for my room. Few days ago John was pissed with me. Turns out while I was sleeping she kept knocking on my door trying to go in, but the lock kept her out. Anyways, she needed to pee really bad and John was already using the bathroom and had the runs. So yeah, I guess she was banging on my door but couldn't hear cause I was knocked out and also had my headphones on. She ended up having a small accident cause she couldn't hold it any longer. Because of that she got mad at John, so now he's mad at me. Told him why I got the lock and I don't want his girl coming into my room whenever she wants to use the bathroom. It's weird and she leaves her own mess too. Still thinks I was a dick for getting a lock in the first place and doesn't think it's such a big deal for her to use the bathroom because it's not like she snoops in my room. I mean, sometimes I'm not there. Also dramatic according to him to go through all that trouble. Macy is giving me the side eye whenever she's there now and says I didn't have to be like that with her. So yeah, I didn't mean for her to have an accident. Don't think I'm overdoing it by getting a lock when I kinda feel like I didn't have another option. I wasn't TA here, to was I? Cause they sure as hell acting like I am. NTA. I feel sorry for the girl having an accident, but but seriously, how did she get in that situation? I've held my pee for hours before, and I've never known a case of the runs to be so constant that he couldn't give her a few minutes to use the toilet. So it sounds to me like she was a bit silly for waiting to be that desperate before trying to access the toilet, and John was being a bit of a dick hogging the bathroom. Rather than arguing with each other, they are projecting their anger at you, which is just ridiculous. You have every right to put a lock on your door and have privacy. Honestly, I think you've had the patience of a saint to put up with your roommate's girlfriend waking you up, sneaking into your bathroom, going into your room and bathroom while you're not there, and leaving a mess behind her. You could have kicked off over any one of those issues, and rightfully so. It sounds to me like putting a lock on your door and stopping these shenanigans is forcing them to confront the real issue, John. I'm willing to bet that if she's so disgusted at his bathroom and she can't use yours anymore, that it's forced them to confront the fact that John is disgusting and immature and quite frankly needs to sort himself out. He's probably not happy about having to be a grown-up and clean for his girlfriend to keep coming round and for him to get laid. She's probably unhappy about having to confront the issue and realistically stop coming round or break up with him if he won't do it. But in the long run, this is doing them both a favor because he needs to grow up. NTA. John is a pig. Macy is dating a pig. She can use her shower at home, or piss in his bathtub if the aforementioned problem happens again. I mean, it's nasty anyway, right? Us who lets their girl come over without making sure the porcelain throne is squeaky clean. What an animal. Macy is giving the side eye, and says I didn't have to be like that with her. You absolutely had to be like that with her. She was going into your room when you weren't around and sneaking in while you were asleep. What a huge breach of privacy. Also, you agreed she could use the bathroom the times she asked for permission. You didn't give her blanket permission to use the bathroom whenever. Not to mention she wasn't cleaning up after herself. She was expecting you to clean up after her. Also, she should dump your roommate if he's so disgusting that she can't share a bathroom with him. I'm surprised she trusts the cleanliness of his junk. Their issues aren't because you are now enforcing what should be an obvious boundary. Their issues stem from your roommate being a huge slob. NTA. Also, she should dump your roommate if he's so disgusting that she can't share a bathroom with him. I'm surprised she trusts the cleanliness of his junk. This stands out to me the most. This guy's bathroom is so filthy she can't even walk into it, but she still has sex with him? Does she not realize he carries vestiges of the gross bathroom around with him on his own body?